It's my vaccine anniversary. Do, 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 do. Okay, so it's 30 days since I received the Moderna COVID-19 vaccination. Dose two, the second dose. Um, and I'm still alive. How about that? Still alive, y'all. Still alive and kicking. And I kind of feel better than I did before. Why? Because I've been outside. Guys, I went outside with friends. I've had hugs. I normally don't like hugs, but you know what? Hugs hit differently on the other side of a pandemic. Not saying that we're out of the woods, but I can see, where the trees part, and there's that little community on the other side of the woods. That's where I am, and I went outside and I saw friends, mostly vaccinated friends, and we've had some little mini vaccinated friend gathering, and it's been great, y'all. It's been great to be able to hold conversations with people that you can actually reach out and touch. Reach out and touch somebody's hand. Okay, the whole thing. I am a singer. But anywho, I'm celebrating. But I also wanted to document this experience because I realized that I've gone through this entire pandemic mostly at home alone. And it's been wild. It's been crazy. I've been crazy. I've kind of been wild. I mean, there's been some messes. It's been a trip. But that's not a thing for me anymore. And I'm really, really happy. But I thought it was really important to go ahead and document this moment, right? A whole month since getting that second vaccine, and I'll document it by just kind of like telling you guys what the experience was like and why I did it in the first place. First reason is that, I wanted to leave my house. And I've got some health issues. And, before you guys start posting in the comment, you shouldn't live in fear, blah, 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 yakety smackety. Listen, I live in America. We don't eat well. They put all kinds of crazy drugs in our food and in our bodies. You go in, you're like a little stressed out, and the doctor wants to give you crazy medicine. You go into the doctor, into the dentist, and they're, pulling mercury out, and they don't tell you to detox, and it ends up in your body. It's just a million things that happen here that lead to us having really poor immune systems. And then also, I'm black. And I'm not saying that we are, unhealthy, but here's the thing. Racism creates toxins in the body. I believe that wholeheartedly. And I just think that the combination of this toxin and this virus was just not going to be a good mix for me in the skin that I'm in. So it was okay, I'm going to let them put the little shot in my arm. And by the way, this is the arm they put it in. So I got my first vaccine. Here, let me tell you how I got it, okay? My window for vaccination was not quite open yet. But living in Oklahoma, we have lots of tribes. And what happened is one of our local tribal clinics had like extra shots, and they put out word that they had extra shots. And so if we could get anyone who could get there by X time, could go ahead and get a vaccination while supplies last. So I got that message from a friend, and then he was like, yo, you gotta leave right now. So I put my shoes on, and another friend called and was like, yo, we gotta go do this right now. So I put my socks and shoes on, got in my car, drove to go do it, called a lot of friends and family along the way. And told them, like, yo, drop everything. We have this window of opportunity. And that was, I don't know, sometime in February, right? So I went, got my first shot. They put it in the arm. I didn't even get it out of my car. It was a drive-through vaccination at this local clinic. And And it was simple and easy. They didn't ask for a tribal ID card or anything. They just wanted proof of identity, showed them who I was. Bam, it was done. Then they made us park our cars. So I had to park and wait for 15 minutes just to make sure that I didn't have some sort of reaction before trying to drive off. Because let me tell you, if you had a bad reaction to a vaccination shot, like a really bad allergic reaction or something while driving, that ain't good. So I sat there, and my friends were on the different sides, and I could see like extended family and my kids' relatives, like everybody came. People I used to work with, like everybody showed up. So I was really happy, and I went home, felt fine. Then my arm hurt for a minute, for a couple of days, and that was it, just a sore arm. A month later, not a month later, however many weeks later, it was March 3rd, which also happened to be like the day before my birthday, so I almost didn't get it because of that. But I was like, immunity is a really great thing to give yourself for your birthday. Like, we gonna get this second shot. So went in. They had moved the testing place to a different location, and we had to actually go into that place. And you know what? Shout out to the folks who texted and inbox and said this place, the location has changed, because otherwise I would have been in the wrong spot trying to get a shot while sitting in my car and not knowing that they're literally in a building across the street. So shout out to y'all. But anyway, so I got the vaccine on the 3rd of March, day before my birthday. Went inside, raised up my my shirt, let them shoot me in the exact same spot. Went home, had no pain. There was a slight soreness in my arm that day. But no pain. I was fine, y'all. Just fine. I was A-okay. A-okay. Kept working, right? Kept working. But I scheduled to have the morning off for the next day for my birthday. I wanted to take the whole day, but there were some important meetings in the afternoon. I was like, I'm going to try to work this out. I'm going to do my best to try to work this out. I should have just taken the whole day off, but whatever. So then I'm like, okay, everything's cool. Cool. No pain in my arm like before. I could do all this, which I couldn't do all this when I got the first shot. But I could do all this. Then I'm in a meeting, right, on Zoom, because we're still Zooming. I was in a meeting talking to someone, and I felt great, right? And then about halfway through the meeting, it was like 4:30 p.m. It was as if something an energy or a spirit or something came over my body and said, go to sleep. Go lay down. Drink some water and go lay down. And I felt like I wasn't going to be able to hold my head up. And so I told the person that I was meeting with that we needed to bring this meeting to a close, because I think the vaccine was saying, go lie down. Go put your body in a bed. And so that's what I did. I got off the phone. I got some warm tea. I had something warm to drink. I don't remember what it was. And went and laid down. And then I went to sleep. And then I woke back up in at an odd hour, and I wasn't feeling well. I had a headache, just a headache, and then my body just felt limp, and so I guess that's the lethargia that they talk about. And what else happened? I felt this weird, It was like I had a hangover, y'all. It was like I had the worst hangover in the world. And so, I took my typical hangover, headache, random ailments that aren't real ailments, but you just feel temporarily bad. I took my typical ailment herbal remedies. I have like a mini pharmacy in my kitchen, right? So I took my typical stuff like that, and then I went back to bed and I just slept. And it was great. Like, I had some of the best sleep. I just want y'all to know that. Like, the vaccine, did it suck? Sure. But I slept well, and I think a lot of it had to do with just like being at peace and telling myself, yeah, you just put this thing in your body, but you are actually building up immunities, and preparing yourself to be able to get out of this house. Speaking of this house, ignore that, the blinds behind me. There was a dog here at one point that did things to my house. That's one of the things. I still need to fix it. I bought blinds. They're sitting in a corner. Yeah. Anyway, so that was my experience with the COVID-19 vaccine by Moderna. And I'm happy. I'm really happy. All of the people that I know, like, and love, for the most part, have received theirs. I need to reach out to my dad because he was scheduled to get his second dose yesterday. So I need to reach out to him. And the goal now is to go visit him because I haven't seen any of my paternal family in a couple of years. I was planning on going in 2020, but it was like, pandemic time. It's not the best time to go see your 70-year-old dad. So I didn't do that. But now that we're both going to be vaccinated, I'm like going to rock and roll. I'm going to get out of here. Anyway, that's it. If you are someone who's hesitant about getting it, I'm not the one to try to tell you to do it. But if you're wondering, what that experience is like, just know that you really just don't know what it's going to be like for you. One of my friends got up the next day, was fine, had drinks that afternoon. Actually, she had drinks that day. Later on that day. I did not, because I was like, I don't know if alcohol is a good mix with, the vaccine, the big vaccine. I know how that was going to act in our bodies, so I wasn't going to do that. But she did, and she was fine. She didn't have any side effects. My neighbors who got theirs, they said their bodies hurt, they had like, kind of flu-like symptoms, but it only lasted like 24 hours. Some other people who got vaccinated when I got it said that they had tummy issues. I had some tummy issues, but I didn't think it was because of the virus, because I'll just be having tummy issues. So I really can't blame the vaccine for the virus on that, because like my stomach be upset all the time, you know what I mean? I probably shouldn't be drinking this, but it's great.